Alright, so first of all, I would like to say a bit of a present. So Slovakia was formed in around 6th or 7th century, and during a period that we call Great Moravia, and I don't want to bore you about the history so much, so I just picked a thing that is connected to ancient Rome. So our town of Trenčín was called TELE-RADIO-LICEO in the ancient Rome, and it was the actual place where Marcus Aurelius came during this wars with Marcomanns, and he named the city TELE-RADIO-LICEO, and it is said that he also wrote a part of his meditations book in Slovakia. And now we move forward through centuries into the 20th century, which was the period of war, but for Slovakia it was the period of joint countries with the Czech Republic. For almost the whole century we formed one country with the Czech Republic, but we split in 1993, and this makes Slovakia one of the youngest countries in the world when you think of it. Officially, it was formed in the 1st January 1993. So now a bit of a modern Slovakia. Slovakia joined the European Union in 2004, and thanks to this cooperation with other countries in the European Union, for myself, it's due to the fact that I was able to go here, and we have great relationships with countries inside the European Union, including Italy. So if you ever come to Slovakia, you are invited and very well welcomed. We also use euro currency, so you don't have to exchange the money. And we are also in the Schengen area, so that means you don't have to have a passport in order to visit Slovakia, just your ID card. And yeah, like I said, everyone is welcome inside our little country. So a little bit of culture and traditions. So Slovaks have a huge thing for folklore. I would like to point out the fact that Slovakia, even though it's small, is very diverse, and each part of our country, each region has its own music, clothing, and style of music. So, as you can see in the first picture, there are people who are wearing traditional clothes called kroje in Slovak language, and I actually picked kroje from our region, from North Slovakia. And in the center picture, you can see a typical Slovak musical instrument called fujara. It's an instrument breathing when you breathe the air in. And in the last picture, I actually picked a little bit of tradition during Easter, during Easter time, and it may seem crazy for you Italians, but it's the tradition. We Slovaks, we pour water on our girls and make them wet, and it's supposed to make them more prettier and fresh for the spring, yeah. Even though this tradition is slowly declining nowadays and is mostly concerned in the rural areas, there are still some people who practice this. And actually, and this might surprise you, so boys make fun of girls like this, and the girls give them money and sweets. So yeah, so the boys win, but also the girls, so they get prettier, but they are already pretty, so they get even more pretty. Alright, I also have a bit of a video from our culture. It's a dance. So that was it. I'm sorry for Alright, so let's talk a bit about cuisine. So the cuisine in Slovakia is mostly focused on meat. We eat every type of meat, whether it's pork, beef, or chicken. And also a big part of Slovak cuisine is also cheese. We eat a lot of cheese. And actually there are some, there's in the center picture down, you can see the national dish of Slovakia. It's called brinzové halušky in my language, and to describe it, it's potato dumplings with special sour cheese we call brinza. It's a goat cheese, and then you can put bacon on top of it. It's the usual thing to do, and also a bit of a horseradish if you want. And there are also other meals that I wanted to present you. So in the top left corner, you can see kapusnica. It's a typical Slovak soup that we eat during Christmas time. In English, there is a word for it. It comes from German sauerkraut. It's really sour soup, and I have to say that I personally don't like it that much. So in the top right, top center, I'm sorry, there is also a dish that we eat during Christmas time. It's called ziemniakový šalát s reťňami, and it's actually potato salad with meat. Yeah, there's nothing much to say about it. I like it. On the top right corner, there's a bit of a sweet. It's relatively large dumplings made up of dough, and you can pour chocolate and sugar on it, and inside of it you can also put strawberry jam or plum jam, whatever you want. So, and the last thing I would like to point out the down right. It's cheese. We call it korbačíky, and it's like a goat cheese that is twisted together. And you can also make it. You can also eat it with everything. It's like a snack, I would say, and yeah, I like it. So that's all for the cuisine. I hope if you ever come to Slovakia, you will at least try any of these dishes. So let's talk a bit of sports, right? Because sports are a huge thing in Slovakia as well. So when it comes to the national sport of Slovakia, everyone would say that it's ice hockey, and nowadays it's a little bit of a theme, right? Because we just had the Olympics in Milan, and Slovakia unfortunately came fourth. So there's nothing much to do about it. But if you ever ask a Slovak person the biggest achievement in all of Slovak history, they would probably think of year 2002 when we won the international ice hockey championship. It's like World Cup for ice hockey, and in the final we beat Russians 4-3. So this would be the biggest achievement in Slovak sports history. And for the following part, I actually chose football. I would say that's the second biggest sport in Slovakia, and for the representation I chose Marek Hamšík. You may be familiar with him. He used to play for Napoli in Italy, and even we consider him one of the biggest legends in Slovak football. And lastly, even though it's not a huge deal in Slovakia, we Slovaks would probably also think of a cyclist named Peter Sagan. He's a guy who's won the World Championship in cycling 3 times in a row, from years 2016 I think until 2019, and I think he's the guy who also won the most green jerseys in Tour de France. So yeah, that would be like the biggest sports star in Slovakia, even though we don't watch cycling that much, I have to say. Okay, so now, places to visit, if I haven't bored you that much and you actually want to come to Slovakia, or even you think about it at least. So, this is what pops up when you search Slovakia in the search engine of Google, and I have to say that it's true. Slovakia is like a country of castles and caves, so whenever you come to Slovakia, mostly when you go more eastern you go, the more castles that you see. And I would like to actually point out especially the castle in the center. It's called Bojnice Castle. And it's actually really close to, relatively close to my city. So I've been there numerous of times. So if you want to experience like a fairy tale in Slovakia, I would definitely recommend this. And in the right picture, there is Bratislava Castle, located in the capital of our country. So if you ever come to Bratislava, you can also visit this castle. And there, like I said, Slovakia is a country of castles and caves also. We have approximately 9,000 caves. Not all of them are accessible, of course, but if you ever come to Slovakia, just bear in mind that also there are things to explore even underground. Not everything is on the surface. And in the down right picture, there is High Tatras. It's a mountain range located in the north of Slovakia. And even though you have mountains in Italy as well, I really recommend you to visit High Tatras if you ever come to Slovakia. It's a beautiful place. There are many ski resorts for you to try. So yeah, you are welcome, like I said. And for the last thing, I actually chose the second biggest city in Slovakia. It's called Košice. It's completely on the opposite side of Bratislava, and it's called like the capital city of eastern Slovakia, I would say. And this is the scenery from the town square in Košice. So yeah, bear in mind, second biggest city university in Slovakia. And that's all. Thank you for attention. I hope that you will at least think about coming to Slovakia. Thank you.
So now there are other two students who are gonna present other, I don't know, something. Maybe you can tell them.
Present about the region we come from and about the school.
Okay, they are gonna present the region they come from and also their school. So just a few minutes because they need to organize everything for the presentation. Okay. After this presentation, there will be an open class between our students and the Slovak students. It's a class on literature, on a famous work, Romeo and Juliet, and there are some interesting activities, very involving activities for students. It's an unusual way to present literature. If they are ready, they can come. Okay. 15 minutes. Okay.
May I? Okay, so my name is Thomas and I'm from the same school as Michael is, and I'll tell you about our school. Next. Sorry, please. Our school. Okay, so we are located in Martin. We have around 500 students and 50 teachers. Okay, so next I'll talk briefly about some history. So our school is actually really old. It was first established in 1867, and we are actually one of the first 3 gymnasiums in Slovakia. And our school was actually built in the time of Hungarian oppression, meaning that you could not teach in Slovak, you could only teach in Hungarian, but even through that, our school was still established. This is actually the first building of the school, how it looked originally when it was built, and this is what it looks like now. It was built in 1940, and it is the building we use to this day. This is what it looks like from the inside. You can see the corridors and the gym, and basically, yeah, that's also the entrance. It is an older building, but I would say it's pretty well maintained. Yeah, and I'll now talk about how the students basically live and how we are treated in our school. Well, we actually have two study programs. One of them is a 4-year general study, it's in Slovak, and the other is a 5-year bilingual study, which I am also a part of. It's studied Slovak and English. We study many different languages like English, German, Russian, and Spanish. And our school is also part of many projects, like for example the Erasmus Plus exchange program, which is basically how me and my classmates got here. Yeah, well, we also organize many events for our students, be it formal days, welcome days, or basically some tournaments, maybe Valentine's Day mail, Secret Santa, anything you can think of, and these are all just made with the thought in mind that the students in our school should feel comfortable and have fun, not just go to the school because they have to. So some really fun facts is that our school actually has an observatory. It was built in 1998, and you wouldn't be surprised when I say that we are the only school in Slovakia to have one. We also have a club, or at least we used to have one, where you actually could go there and observe the stars or some very interesting astronomical. Yeah. Well, actually, yeah, well, it depends on who organizes it, because the students actually organize it. They can decide what they do, and we do. Usually, the main thing we do is Valentine's Day mail, where the students can give secret messages and cards to each other. But also we do tournaments for teachers to have fun. This year we play volleyball, for example. And it's usually Valentine's Day theme, so you would wear pink clothes, maybe some costumes. Yeah. And of course we decorate the school.
They also organize something
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's the same rule. Yeah, that's perfect. So if any of y'all have watched this year's Olympics, which was actually here, you could have seen that our team actually scored a big place. We were fourth. And we had a really good goalie. His name was Samuel Mabai, and he was actually a graduate of our school in 2020. Yeah, so it's surprising, but our school has multiple international students. One of them is one of our star students, who is named Richard. He's on the bottom picture in the middle. And he's actually in photo with our president and our Ministry of School, because last week he won the second place in the International Physics Olympic in Georgia. And on the picture on the right, next to him, that's our physics teacher, Mr. Benichka, and he was actually awarded as the best physics teacher in the EU by the European Physical Society in 2017. Yeah, our school also has a mascot. It's a cat. Well, you would be able to see him in the picture if it wasn't cropped, but you can see some part of him. And it's actually kind of a new addition to our school. was introduced in 2024, and it's actually based on a real kitten which visited our school a few years ago, but it's not here anymore. And that would be everything from me, but yeah. We also have a yearbook, which is basically a collection of everything that has happened at our school for the past year. If you would like to, yeah, well, if you would like to, I can give them to you, and you can pass them on to for students to look at them. Well, and if you have any other questions, anything that you are interested in, don't be afraid to ask.
Now we have a 10-minute break, so you can last for 10 minutes, and if you need to go to the toilet, okay? And then we will start again with the other activities, planned activities.